We are live. Yo, Michael B.Jordan pops out on a date with singer Raye, and she's got a wonderful voice, okay? Is this love or witchcraft? I think it's witchcraft, and I'm gonna tell you why a little later in the show, okay? We're also gonna be discussing Megan Thee Stallion out here dropping ass to try to overshadow this trial that she has to attend here in the coming months, I believe, okay? This is involving an employee, and it is a work boss, I want to say, what is the word I'm looking for? Dispute is what she's calling it, even though he alleges, Emil Garcia alleges that his boss, Megan Thee Stallion, forced him to watch her make love to another woman, if that's what we call it as well, too. We're also going to be discussing Kendra G showed up at Invest Fest, all right? And she brought out all the singles, but there was one thing missing, the most important thing from that singles Invest Fest, all these tongue twisters, okay? Last but not least, we're definitely going to be talking about Latto versus Charleston White. That's an interesting argument because I'm trying to figure out why she out here arguing with a man. And of course, young Pharoah has had an extreme mental breakdown, and we're going to discuss that because I've known for quite some time about it, okay? But now that it's gone viral and it's gone public, we're going to discuss all of this today on Unwine with Tasha K. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hit that wine glass for me because I'm not drinking. Jasmine, let's go. Hey, hey. I hope y'all know what time it is, okay? Unfortunately, it's Monday and there's a lot of free we gotta discuss, all right? 20 seconds until we get started. Remember, moderators, no blocking over here. We are grown. We don't need nobody to man us. YouTube handles all of that for us. And if you are new, you definitely gotta hit that subscribe button and sit with us, okay? And if anybody asks you what you're doing up over here, around here, down here, please let them know you are minding the business that you pay for, okay? And let them know that everything's allegedly. Even my name's allegedly. And y'all better be hitting the wine glass for me, okay? Because I ain't drinking this early on Monday, okay? I may have a little glass of wine later on tonight for dinner, but right now I got to be full focus because we got a lot of information to go over, okay? Especially concerning Miss Beyonce on TashaKLive.com. She's been hired to host and honor a racist as well as an anti-Semitic older white man, okay? She's being paid to do that, and she's going to do it with honor and grace. But we'll talk about all that on TashaKLive.com because, you know, they'll every time I even mention the Nose of the Carters, they always flagging my live because they, you know, they got their little bot farms over there in Asia, and they're like, report. So I got a million reports, and it stops my live all the time. Allegedly. Listen, I gotta warn y'all, okay? Because let me tell you something. There is something, we've been talking about this for quite some time, about watch what you eat, watch who you're around, you know, watch what you let inside of your body. That means people, what you put inside of your body, because you don't know what they're putting in it. You really have to be spiritually aligned these days before you take in anything. You got to stop, you got to think, and you got to pray before you consume a lot of stuff, because otherwise you're going to be one of these 200,000 people that have just wound up in the emergency room from spiked weed. Yeah. This is real, and this hits close to home for me because, like I said, I got like a god niece, if that's what you call it, you know, my best friend's daughter, and she's definitely over 21. I know I said 19 last time because I get her and my daughter's age mixed up. My daughter is 19, but my best friend's daughter is definitely over 21, but she did start smoking weed a lot early, like most of us, but you know, with being able to buy it from a dispensary, and for a lot of people saying, well, who's selling her? She can't get it from the dispensary. This is during my last live, because I remember when I had briefly said something to y'all about this, and you was like, there's no way, Tasha, that your niece was allowed to buy weed or any type of narcotics from a dispensary because she's underage. And I said, that's not true, because I almost had one shut down in South Florida when they sold to my daughter and her friends when she was 17. So I know that's a lie. And if y'all sit up there all high and mighty thinking that they're not selling the children out here, you crazy, you stupid, you're dumb. But you know what? You know what else is scary is that they're selling to adults, and more adults are wounding up in the hospital more than ever today from just marijuana. Mm-hmm. We don't know what they put in this. We don't know. They're selling the grass, they're selling the oil pens, they're selling the edibles. All of this stuff got sugars, is GMO. Ain't no telling what other non-dairy chemicals they got added to this stuff, but it's making it extremely potent and it's causing people. Did I even say that word right again, Jasmine? Did I get it right? No. I messed it up again. Potent. Jasmine said slow down because you know I'm Southern. So I got to slow down and enunciate my words. But it's extremely potent and it's making you nauseous. It's making you vomit. Since when did weed usage cause you to be anorexic or bulimic? I thought it made you hungry. Now it's doing the opposite. Well, I kind of pulled some information on this stuff, and they're saying that this particular here, let me pull it up real quick because I don't want y'all to believe me. You know, I was in ninth grade 3 years, so I don't know much, you know what I'm saying? But I do read every now and then, you know, when I got a few minutes to myself or whatnot. And what I'm noticing, it's called CHC, is what scientists are calling it and what doctors and researchers are calling it, okay? And it's known as, hold on for a second, let me tell you exactly what it is, okay? Hold on. It's called CHC, not THC. THC is the actual drug, okay? But CHC is the side effect that you are getting from the drug. It's called cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome. It's a condition where long-term, usually frequent cannabis use paradoxically starts causing recurrent nausea, abdominal pain, and severe vomiting, okay? And so this is what they're noticing. This has been going on since 2022, I believe, until now, and they've seen cases rise by the dozen. And I think that has a lot to do with them deregulating marijuana and now making it a commercial thing. So they're putting all sorts of chemicals and things on the market, and everybody's got their own brand, their own marketing. Mine is stronger. This is made with this. This is taken out. You know, they're just, you know, in the kitchen cooking. They cooking. You don't know the source of where it came from. Sort of like drinking milk these days. I mean, you got to be careful. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people still think vitamin D comes from milk, not knowing that they take vitamin D drops like this and put it in the milk and say that this is where you get your vitamin D from, not knowing that vitamin D is either, it's generated, your body makes it from the sun, but if you don't get enough sun, you do need a supplement, but you don't need to drink milk to get vitamin D, but the branding is so spectacular, you really think that you get vitamin D from drinking milk, not knowing that they just put a supplement in it and you could just take the supplement by itself. If you want that vitamin D, shop tkdeals.com, use the coupon code TK10. I'm just saying. But you may be a vitamin D drinker from yogurt, from milk or whatnot, okay? And so what they're saying is that the root cause isn't completely understood, okay? But the leading explanation is chronic overstimulation and eventual dysregulation of the body's endocannabinoid system, which means we have a system I guess it's called when the THC normally activates like the CB1 receptors and it can suppress nausea. So we have a system that lets us know when we're nauseous, when we should avoid eating something. It's sort of like a sensory system that the brain could tell, like, don't eat that food. Do you eat it? And then you can literally think back to what you ate and what made you sick, that particular system, okay? And so when you have too much of something, which I mean, too much of anything is bad, right? This is what tends to happen. So the opposite effect. So whereas you will normally get hungry, that's that sensory system in your brain, you know, that it's, you know, the signals is telling your body that you need to throw up. You can't eat. This is bad for you. And people are you know, being hospitalized. And then in extreme cases, psychosis, mental psychosis, similar to what my friend's daughter is going through, bipolar, schizophrenia, from taking in too much. And then you got other things added to it. I'm telling you, I go to Jamaica all the time and I smoke down there. Bro, I don't feel what I feel when I smoke in the US. I'm just saying there's some added additives and we have to be careful. Otherwise, we'll probably end up like young Pharoah, that we're going to talk about a little later in this show. So hold that thought, okay? Because he's on TikTok and has been on TikTok for 2 years now, and ain't nobody said nothing. Ain't nobody checked on him. I've checked on him. My team has checked on him. We have watched him. We have watched him just slowly decline. And now everybody's shocked and wanted to go over there and talk about it, but we're going to discuss it. Just hold that thought. Just wait right here, okay? Don't go nowhere. But be careful about what you overconsume out here, because too much of something can be a bad thing, especially when you don't know where it comes from. That goes for men that you're sleeping with. That goes for women that you're sleeping with. That goes for just behaviors that you inherit. But that's a whole nother conversation. Let's talk about Megan Thee Stallion. Is it Megan? Oh, it's Kendra. All right, so Kendra, here's the thing. You know I'm on her ass, and there's a reason for it, because I hate when folks, it's like when I look at social media these days, it's like I'm seeing just the blatant deception. And like I said, a lot of y'all like being deceived, and that's okay. That's okay. But if I got anything to do with it, for the people who don't like being deceived, that's what this show is for. We're going to unwind it. We're going to talk about it. And y'all steady following this solid bald head heifer trying to find a man. Oprah got her up here. Oprah done gave her a show to help y'all find a man. A man she ain't even found yet. But the latest disappointment was, and what just made me I just had to turn around for a second. I was like, I know damn well they ain't booked Kendra G down there to the Invest Fest, okay? She came down there. You could have easily just tilted her wig. It would have came off her head. You would have been able to see your face in her head like Mr. Clean. Okay? And they booked her down there to hold a singles, I guess, fest. And what happened at the fest? Everybody showed up. But one important part of the fest. Take a look at this video. Do you see what I see? Singles out in Invest Fest 2026. Yeah! Video one more time. I want to give them a minute. So Kendra G was hired to host a singles lounge at Invest Fest in Atlanta this week, okay? And everybody showed up, but the main important part of the Invest Fest, okay? And so if you look at the Invest Fest 2026 singles lounge, what is missing? Let's find where's Waldo. Singles lounge, Invest Fest 2026. Yeah! Where's Waldo, guys? Do you see a Waldo? One Waldo? Two Waldos? And what I mean by Waldos, I mean men. Where are the men? I told y'all that the same bride ain't had no damn degree. Y'all dragged me behind that. Oh, Tasha, you hating. You don't know what you're talking about. Now y'all done exiled the heifer. You ain't even heard from her. Whole time, the only thing that made her doctor was her trademark. She didn't want to tell y'all about the honorary doctor she got. Y'all just believe, just like you believe this forever single woman is going to point you in the direction of some men, especially in Atlanta. My God, my God, my God. They hired somebody ain't never been married, never had no kids, ain't even got a friend for you. She ain't even got a friend for her best friend. To hold a singles lounge, singles fest, and all the women in Atlanta show up, and there wasn't not one Waldo that you could find in the crowd. Roll that one more time. Singles lounge, Invest Fest 2026. Yeah! Now, what I was told was there was men down there. There was a lot of men, but they was on the main floor. They ain't want nothing to do down there around there with these women that can't find no man, and vice versa. And they definitely didn't want no parts of Kendra G and what she had going on trying to record them. That's not what they was down there for, okay? So if Kendra G brought these women down there to try to find men to invest in them, it did not work. Not one showed up. And when you follow somebody like this, who doesn't have the receipts to back up what she does, which means, amen, this is what you get. 0 results. When we got husbands out here, and the ones y'all want, y'all just call us haters. Jasmine said it was a lesbian invest fest, singles, for lesbian women, because that's what's going on down there, around there. I don't know. And that could very well be true. I don't know. Maybe Kendra has crossed over. I don't know. It's only a matter of time before it happens. It's only a matter of time. But yeah, y'all gonna get enough of following people. That's like following somebody right in front of a train. Somebody gonna get hit. That's what's gonna happen. Her wig gonna fly off, but she gonna keep going, and you're not. And I would be weary too of singles events, because the worst of the worst people show up. It's just like going to church trying to find a man. What do you find? First of all, why do people go to church is the question. You have to ask is, what brought you? I have to get into my Dr. K. 3 years in the 9th grade, okay? What brought you down here to the church today? What made you want to see and seek God, brother or sister? What happened that was so traumatic in your life that you are trying to get a grip of, that you have just lost control over? You have no strength no more. So you have come down here to see the church and minister down here to help you go through such. That right there, not to say that it's a bad thing, but when people go to church, everybody in therapy. A lot of y'all don't want to ask why they down there in therapy. You just want to pray it under the rug. And then when it ends up coming out, now all of a sudden, oh my God, look what you did. God did it. No, God didn't do that. You did that. You did that. Because you done turned the other cheek. And you got this thing in your head that everybody need to be forgiven. You can forgive them, but that don't mean you got to sleep with them. That don't mean you got to bring them home. A lot of y'all want to put yourself in situations to receive things that you are going to look for. When you look for something, you're going to find it. And it may not be exactly what you want. It may look like it. But when you undress it, you're going to find exactly what it is that you did not want to find. And then you're going to have to deal with it. Which is usually something going on internal, because why do you have to follow a single woman down to a singles event and you still left single? I can show you how to find a husband. Actually, man, I should give him a class on that. How much you think I could charge? If y'all really want a husband, I could show you. I can teach you. It's really easy. It's just one line. I ain't even gonna tell you that. I'm gonna charge for it. So she charging for it, I'm gonna charge for mine. Y'all gonna give me my damn money, okay? Y'all gonna give me my money. I just saved the marriage last week. I sure did. Friend of mine left an amazing husband. He fine too. I looked down, I said, damn, you left him? Why? Oh, I just feel like he doesn't treat me equal. I said, your bills paid? Yeah. I said, cheating on you? No. He lied to you? No. So I'm looking at him. His beard all manicured and everything. I said, what are you doing, kid? I'm trying to figure out what it is. It's just me. I just want to know more. I don't want to live this life. I want to move out the way and let somebody else live this life while you go through your midlife crisis, because somebody finna come snatch this one up. But she listened to me. After about 3 weeks of being stubborn, she took her ass back to the house, because I thought I was going to see somebody around there. That's how I know how to find a husband. I know husbands. And I know good husbands. That's how you find. You want a husband, you want to find. I'm just going to tell you for free. You just got to hang around other married people. Just don't sleep with their husbands. But when you got men that hang around other married men, they do that because they want to be that. You follow what it is that you want. You don't go around no damn singles. Moving on. Y'all gonna get enough. You're gonna get something you're looking for. My friend watching the show, she went back to her husband. He was fine too. I was gonna put him up here for display. I was gonna auction his ass. I was like, he got a job, he got his own business. He'll hit, he'll yell, he'll do nothing. She gonna call me and cuss me out at the show. But she took her ass back down to the house, okay? Speaking of love, yeah, I gotta ask, is this love or witchcraft? Because you know, Michael B. Jordan's a babala wow. What do you call it? How do you say the name? Babala la la wow wow. He do the witchcraft stuff. Listen, y'all, I ain't making this up. He said this. He said that's how he elevated his career, the babala la wow wow wow. Okay? So he knows how to siphon energy. He know how to go out there and click some rocks together, throw them in the water, throw some fruit. Like Beyonce them doing it. Voila! He got a bitch. He got an Oscar. He got it all. Still living with his mammy, saving his damn money. Absolutely, okay? But listen, this past weekend, he popped out with Raye. He popped out with Raye. Now, let me tell you something. Raye got something going for herself. Raye pretty. Raye got a voice. She got an operatic. How you say operette? Operatic? It's an opera-style voice. Wonderful singer. A lot of y'all probably ain't never heard of her. I think between her and Tim's, it's giving like modern. I don't know. She's more like Adele. I would say Tim's is more like Sade. Okay? But she's that one. She's like, you know, the real black version of Adele. Adele was trying to be black. That's why she down there laying down there around there in milk chocolate all day, okay? She just got the miniature chocolate. But for the most part, like, this is her. Her mom's black, you know, even though she's high yellow. I think her dad's, you know, white or whatnot. I don't know, from another country. But amazing singer. Amazing. You guys got to check out her music. I kid you not, I will not lead you down the wrong path, okay? Raye has got the it, all right? Now, she's also got Michael B. Jordan. And she has a hit song out here called Where's My Husband? And everybody on social media is like, oh my God, Raye found her husband. She found her husband. And you know me, because I know what's going on behind the scenes. I just want to tell Raye to be careful. We got other pictures of them together, Jeremy. Or is this it? We got a video of them. They were hugged up. Go ahead. There's some other pictures. We ain't got them up, but they was arm in arm, you know, hand on the ass. They outside. Michael B. Jordan don't step outside unless there's an intention. Something that's going to help him to manifest his babala wow wow stuff, you know? Because he says he's a high-level warlock, right? Or whatnot. And so, you know, to step out with somebody who is, I'm talking about, listen. They said, listen, if Raye don't get pregnant, if she don't let this man take her down, because he energy siphoning right now, she will be the it. The Beyonce. The Adele. This is her. She's up next. She's here. So him strategically going after her, because, you know, men pursue women. She's calling out, looking desperate. Where's my husband? Her career is big. And nobody talks about Michael B. Jordan since that whole Lori Harvey, Damson Idris scandal. He can't get from under it because he allowed Lori to compliment him outside, and nobody can't get over it. And these two used to be best friends. Michael B. Jordan and Damson, they used to be best friends. Matter of fact, Michael used to be a mentor to Damson. And while he was dating Lori, and Lori was dating everybody, Lori is now outside with Damson. And these two that were once friends have been fighting over her about who's better. And Michael just couldn't get rid of the shit stain that's in his drawers from sleeping with communities. He couldn't get rid of it. He tried everything that he could. And this last, y'all didn't even know. I don't know where I was at the time when they was beefing on social media, but this had to do with the movie situation. So let me give y'all some insider information, okay? You like to hear, here it go. All right, so these two have been beefing for a long time about Lori. Who's the better actor? Damson was slated to be the Black Panther. He was slated to be the Black Panther. But because of Michael B. Jordan's babala wow stuff, you know, him being a high-level warlock, he said, I'm not finna let that happen. You're not finna come and outshine me. You already done took my bitch. Now you want to come and take the lead role in a movie, and you know he's the enemy, and so no, they're not going to love you, brother. That hoe don't love you. Don't nobody love you. So says Michael. This is what I'm getting now. So, Michael got a new movie coming out, of course, and then Damson got a new movie. They were posting each other's movies. There was a shot that Damson sent, and y'all didn't even know it was from Michael B. Jordan, saying that when you block somebody, it's peaceful. Because he blocked Michael B. Jordan. They were arguing, posting their movies. Who's doing this? Who's doing that? And Damson is really pissed because Michael got Damson removed from the Black Panther movie. And then they hired this little boy. I don't even know his damn name, but I know he showed up with a white woman. Where is that, Jasmine? Where that little boy at? Yeah, the new Black Panther. I don't even know his name. Look at this, the new Black Panther, y'all. You know damn well I was supposed to be for dancing. You know damn well I was supposed to be dancing. I be damn. This is the new Black Panther. This is who they chose over Damson Idris, and he got dragged as soon as they unveiled him because he is outside as the new Black Panther with a white woman. Now, his team has come out to say that this is his management team. What's the new Black Panther name, Jay? We at least give him a shout out. What's his name? David John. I ain't never even heard of this little boy. What he playing? He got a British accent too. I ain't never heard of. Don't care. But he got publicity when they announced him as the new Black Panther, and then paparazzi showed him hugged up with white women. Then his team come out and said, no. That's his management. So okay, he's sleeping with his manager. She happened to be white. What's the problem? He's the new king of the mundo. He got the vibranium. So them little boys have been fighting. Take him off the screen. Congratulations, little boy, whatever your name is, and congratulations to the white woman that's finna get that check, that generational check for her family. And his hair's still gonna be naughty, because it was. Jamie, put that picture back up. That little boy hair. Now he know he need a pick. See, black women tell you to comb your hair. They tell you to pick it out. White women, I love you. It's just natural. Just natural. See, Damson got he got the curl brush. You know, the one where you go like this? He got the curl brush. This right here, he just woke up like this. He don't know no better. He don't know better. He's one of them. Get out, man. Get out. Get out. Okay? Now, back to Michael B. Jordan and Raye. I say all this to say, because of the negative publicity that has come behind him being linked to Lori Harvey, and then every time Damson goes out, he's reminded of that all the time. He decided to go into his little cellar, his little warlock cellar, and, cook up a potion and figure who can overshadow Lori Harvey and Damson. Who can do it? Who has the most energy to help me to put this behind me so that my career can shine and so can my bitch? And so he went and got Raye. And I just want to say to Raye, who is that? Hold on for a second. I just want to say to Raye, be careful. It's not that I don't trust him. I don't trust Michael, and I feel like Michael knew exactly what he was doing, when to step out with you, how to step out with you, and he needed somebody to match his fly. He's an Oscar award-winning actor now. You're up next. Don't let that man drag you down in his public beefs and spats over a community bitch. Don't do that. Don't do that. I know you think everybody has wanted to bag him, and I get it. She may be his type, but Michael B. Jordan like white girls too. Hell, so do Damson. They get out here with these black women that got clout, because white women can't give them no clout like that, but this is clout here. But Damson like him too. Remember when Damson was just out a couple months ago with this chick? You remember? Tired of these women being used in PR stunts to help energetically elevate and make these men more desirable. All Michael B. Jordan is doing is making himself more desirable. He ain't finna marry that damn woman. He ain't finna do it. It's not gonna happen. And if he do, he doing it to prove Tasha Tasha K wrong. I give him 5 years married, okay? He gonna be trying to get rid of her ass because he don't like energy. How can I put it when it comes to them warlocks and witches and stuff? They don't like their energy be mixed up in other folks' energy. And I know right now he feels moved by her prophetic voice. She sings on God's level. It's like, it's an angelic level. But this shit here, no, y'all back up. I know just a little bit more than y'all know. And like I said, this was a publicity stunt to really get up under Damson and Lori's skin. He tired of being attached to her, don't want Damson thinking that he's the bigger it, took his role. Damson done blocked him. Yes, they're both very, very, successful in their own way, but at the end of the day, they both still black men that love white women. Moving on. Moving on, y'all. Moving on. All right. Who's up next? Break. Oh, after the break, guys, who we got? Latto. She tired of y'all coming for her, calling her a mistress. You know what I'm saying? Calling her mulatto and all that stuff, We're also going to be discussing young Pharoah and who else, Jasmine? Who? Oh, and Megan Thee Stallion. All this and more after the break. Please, guys, like, share, subscribe. We got some, what do you call sponsors we gonna brag about, which means boldly raise a glass too. Let's go. A thick luxury towel infused with essential oils and pre-moistened for a full body refresh in seconds. This is one of their essential oil infused towels, not wipes, okay? They have essential oil, eucalyptus, the unscented one for those of y'all that just don't like scents or whatnot. The lemon, I used this on yesterday's show. The lavender infused, as well as many other scents. To stay fresh, clean, and confident anytime and anywhere like me, visit tryumi.com today and use my coupon code TK20 to get $20 off your first order. $20, okay? This is the biggest discount code we don't ever had. Yes, sir. Let's go.
Good loving, body rocking, knocking boots all night long, baby. Said, give me some good love. Somebody rocking, knocking the boots. One more time. Said, give me some good love. Somebody rocking, knocking the boots. I love y'all.
Watch this full program and other exclusive content on www.TashaKLive.com.
We got another Black author we are about to honor really quick before we get into the Latto wine, as well as Megan Thee Stallion and young Pharoah, okay? And so we're going to be featuring Leanne R's Healing of the Inner Child, a journey to self-love, personal growth, okay? Ready for a new beginning. Reconnect with your inner child is more than a book. It's a heartfelt guide inspired by one woman's personal journey of healing and transformation. Through compassion and thoughtful insight, you'll rediscover the child within and take the first step towards lasting change. Your transformation starts now. Get your copy today on itstashak.com/book club. Okay, this is a Black author. I love this. It's one of my favorite part of this segment. So y'all are eating this up. Y'all are crashing the damn site. I love it. Get your copy now before they go. All right. Moving on, guys, I apologize about the noise that's going on in the background. There's a construction crew right outside of my office, and they want to, Beyonce sent them down here. She knew I was going to talk about her today. Anytime I get ready to talk about Beyonce, they always interrupting the stream and sending somebody to interrupt my energy flow. So I'm sorry about that. My bad. My apologies, okay? Let's get on with Megan Thee Stallion. So Megan Thee Stallion drops, I guess, visuals today of her ass, of course, to say that Act 3 is coming. All right. A name she got from Beyonce, because she emulates Beyonce. She wants that man. That's why she always down there with Jay, sitting down there with Jay. That's who she really wants. If she ain't already had him, in my opinion. She wouldn't be around my nigga. Beyonce better than me. Now her tall, slew-footed, big-footed ass, she wouldn't be around down there, legs open, near mine. And she free, liberal. We know how Jay-Z like them. We seen them in that Uncle Luke interview. He looking at them little girl eating each other out. He would have gladly looked at Megan in the car, eat out her friend. Like Emmanuel here, a gay man, was forced to. What's his name again? I messed up his name. Emilio. I said Emmanuel. Emilio Garcia. So here's the thing. She dropped the cover art today for the album to overshadow what's happening in her legal life, okay? So you know she lost big to Milagro. She didn't get the million she was looking for. It's one and done on that. That's over, okay? $75,000 is the max, and she still got to pay millions of dollars in legal fees for fighting a broke blogger, okay? Now, when it comes to this trial, she has been fighting her photographer for quite some time. Apparently, he is alleging, I guess, hostile work environment, harassment, sexual harassment, emotional distress, saying that he wasn't paid for hours worked. He worked overtime, and also he was forced while on the job to watch Megan eat out another woman in the back of the car against his will. Now, we all know, here's the thing. Everybody's like, oh my God, why would you do that? Why would you say that about her? What's going on? He want his money and he want his mental health back. Because I know it stank back there in that car. I know it did. I feel sorry for that man. Now, of course, there was a lot of men back there that was like, man, I would have took your spot. Then you take it then. But had this would have been a man sleeping with his employee and a female photographer was forced to watch, y'all would have had no problems dragging. Now, of course, Megan's team and her have denied this, and they have said that this is an employee dispute, a workman's compensation claim, a labor complaint. But the judge said, because they were trying to get those claims knocked out, it's a little more than that. It's a little more than that, okay? And so she's been fighting him for a few years concerning these allegations because he really put out, because, I mean, he worked behind the scenes. He saw it all. You know, I'm not saying what he saw was true. I'm just saying this is his account. And, of course, with everything else that we've saw come from her, it ain't nothing but mess, smelling like fish in the back of somebody's car, and feet, dirty feet, black feet. All I'm saying is this trial is going to be funny because I know there's going to be some YouTube reporters down there, and we're going to platform them, and I want to hear any and everything that Emilio Garcia has and what he's seen, because I know a lot of stuff is going to come out, and I'm sure their legal team is going to be, you know, trying to circumvent. They're trying to, what do you call it? So when the album comes out, by dropping the album on the day that they get the news that she has to show up for court to answer for the hostile workplace sexual harassment allegations, why don't we promote an album at the same time? So, you know, bad press is the same as good press. So maybe people will buy your album because, you know, PR ain't cheap. And this is what it's come down to. Is that she has to drop an album only showing her ass. I saw the cover. I wanted to put it up here, but unfortunately it's not her face, it's her ass. And she's finna sell this ass music again. It's ass. And I mean that literally, okay? Good luck, Amelia. We're gonna report every step of the way. That's unless she settles with you, which she should have did. Paying a photographer a couple $100,000, or you want to pay millions to a white lawyer that you ain't gonna be able to pay back. Okay. Her bank ran off. He went another chick. The ones he liked, white girls. Yeah. That Babala Wild mess wasn't working too long. Okay. Moving on. He stopped eating her cooking. It was the fish and spaghetti. It was the fish and spaghetti. It was the fried fish and spaghetti. Every time she cooked fried fish and spaghetti for that boy, knowing he don't like black women. And you know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. He was under a trance. Y'all saw the new movie Odyssey. My husband told me about it. Said the woman was just feeding him stuff to make him lose his memory. And that's what she was doing every time she fed him that damn fish and spaghetti. And then he woke up one day and said, he ain't eating that shit no more. I'm not eating that shit. And he left and went back to the white woman which he came from. Moving on. Besides, when you date a man that rich, you don't cook him fish and spaghetti. Put her back up here. When you date a man as rich as Klay Thompson, you don't cook them fish and spaghetti. It's poor man's food. You grow up on that, you eat that because you have to. That should not be your best dish. Lasagna neither. No, you should be marinating. Top of the line Kobe steaks. for 3 days in balsamic age reduction. A little bit of vinegar, some chives, some truffle oil. Your baked potato is a purple sweet potato with a little bit of parsley on the side. And then you have the finest of the finest wine. You don't get a $40 million, $50 million man and feed him what you feed your illegitimate babies. Fried fish and spaghetti. And it's tilapia frozen out of the pack. Tilapia ain't even a real fish. Don't do that. Wish I would feed somebody that. No, but my husband is eating the finest of the... Bring the cow in the backyard. We're slicing it right here. We're making a sacrifice today. That's how you keep them. That's what you do. But see, if she hung around wives, she would know that. Moving on. Y'all make sure y'all like this video. Subscribe. Sharing is caring. I hope you're enjoying the show, okay? Jasmine, are they enjoying the show? They are. Okay, sorry. All the noise is gone, okay? All the noise. Can I turn my AC back on, please? Jasmine, I'm a 44-year-old woman. Bitch is hot. Okay. They're gonna swear I'm on that same shit that Krishan and Blueface was on over the weekend in the baby pool. You know, Krishan and Blueface was in the baby pool together. Talking about Beyonce and Jay-Z, more like Bobby and Whitney. Moving on. Who's next, Jasmine? Who we got? Latto is tired, y'all. She is absolutely tired of anybody making any references to her being a mistress, a side bitch, having a bastard baby, illegitimate child by this man. She is tired. And so for her to come out and strike back at Charleston White, I know she's had enough. She ain't said shit to me. She know I know what's up, bro. She know I know the apartment number and who was down there visiting her when he repoed that Lambo back. She know I know. That's why she ain't saying nothing. She know I know what apartment she stay in. Child, don't play with me like that. Play with somebody that you can because they ain't got no receipts on you. But Charleston White came for her. He sure did. Now, he was doing this trying to, I guess, you know, I don't know, take up for Clarissa. Because, you know, Charleston is a married man, of course. And he has side bitches, you know. And so he's saying, and he was really, I want to say, looking out for Latto. He was trying to, but he had to use her as an example, saying that if it wasn't for her light-skinnedness, you know, she wouldn't be... My thing is she's dragged, but he's saying that she doesn't get the same backlash that Clarissa gets. And I said, I beg to differ. She does. You haven't been watching my show, Charleston. But here's what Charleston had to say about Latto.
Don't talk about 21 Savage and Latto. Latto don't get no backlash for getting pregnant by a married nigga. If Clarissa Shields was a light-skinned girl, mixed breed, nobody would have a problem with her. But because she's a darker skin complected black woman, who's in physical shape, you can't beat her up. She got a mouth on her. She speaks out against somebody who speaks up against her. And they're trying to vilify her. Why are they trying to vilify her? Because Papoose and Remy Ma had a public separation. Remy Ma got caught cheating with another nigga. She left Papoose for another nigga. Papoose stayed single for a while. Took him a year or so, and he got with Clarissa. What the fuck is wrong? Because they ain't got married. Or he ain't got a divorce. I got a wife and a girlfriend. Clarissa Shields is everything you want your dark-skinned daughter to grow up to be. I would want my niece to be. Yeah, he ain't now. Why do she have to have a problem with him still being married like y'all do? So fat that's on the morning show with Jock and Shawty. I was on there. The tried to be sassy with me too. Fat ain't got no room to be sassy and messy. You didn't answer that question from a place of love. That was a fat messy question. Clarissa, man, keep holding your head up. They hating on you. But I promise you, if you was a light-skinned sister, you wouldn't have any problem. They don't give Latto no problem. Latto over her acting like she's a boss, playing doghouse with 21 Savage and his wife. Come on now. This playing surrogate mother. Like she really started out being a surrogate mother. She was the side got pregnant. She my side been pregnant. I done shot that cuz, yeah, so nah, man, I ain't got no side, all my So, Papoose, you got one woman, and you publicly claim her. Remy Ma got another nigga. Why don't Remy Ma, long head ass, catch no flack for that nigga? Why? Cause Clarissa is a champion. And champions always have to be tried to brought down. And she's confident. And she's arrogant when she needs to be. She's meek and humble when she needs to be. All y'all wrong for with Clarissa. And to that on that radio station, stop acting like you wasn't being messy, fat ass. Fat hoes ain't got no room to say nothing.
We're just gonna let Latto respond, and then I'll give my 2 cents.
I've been wrong for too long. I ain't no married man. Bitch. You old, ugly, scrawny, country bitch. Bitch. Talking about walking. What this say? Talking about acting like I'm a boss. Bitch. And watch your mouth with that word. Bitch. Bitch. Listen here, you little boy. Let me tell you one thing. Bitch. You older than my mama and my daddy. Bitch. That baby. When it comes to that baby, don't say nothing. I don't even want to hear the word baby in my name in a sentence. Big little boy. Don't let y'all be loud and wrong for too long. I ain't no married man. You loud and wrong, boy. Old ass, broke ass. I am a boss. I could buy you,
Got it.
your wife, your girlfriend, your kids. Not a me, the boss.
She had Tourette syndrome in that video. She had Tourette syndrome. He hit a nerve. I said, now all these years I've been out here doing the Lord's work, trying to tell her that she was a side bitch. No, she ain't say nothing to me. Soon as he get up and say something, now she want to. You weren't supposed to do that. The married nigga you messing with was supposed to do that. Why you out here all in male energy? You postpartum. Down there got your baby on your titty. Supposed to be. That was a postpartum gust out. Right there. Okay? I guess 21 ain't get up fast enough to say nothing. He never defended her. All he does is post a picture to his story. Wifey, I want another baby. They spiritually married, y'all. They spiritually married. So he legally married to somebody else, but that don't count. But you know, black people, we believe in spirituality, so we spiritually married. We here. We don't need a piece of paper. We don't need the white man to tell us that we married. So I'm just married to you. And the mere fact that she out here even arguing with a man, your husband, your spiritual husband did this. He put you in this position because he didn't claim you until you gained weight and other niggas start hitting on you. And that's when he started to claim you. But remember now, she's the provider in this relationship. 21 ain't worked in quite some time. And if y'all think he's a multimillionaire, you's a lie. Him holding that sign down there for Amber Rose should have told you his position in the rap world, okay? That's why he was out here scamming, gambling, because that's all he had. Yeah, and he got caught real fast. That's how he makes his money. He's a professional gambler, and he uses her money to gamble. So she's the breadwinner, so he has to say something. And so his picture, wifey, now he from the streets. You know you ain't supposed to let nobody talk about your bitch like that. But he know that's just not his bitch because she been linked to other niggas and other women's niggas. So he ain't finna claim her like that. But this is all she needed. So he won't have to exchange words with Charleston White, even though he's gonna run into him. We all know that man married. That's why you ain't saying nothing. We know what it is, but y'all spiritually married. Okay. 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 Now, as far as for Charleston told me personally, said he ain't with his wife. He ain't been with his wife 2 years. They separated. So he's essentially doing what Clarissa is doing. And he says that our little girls should want to grow up to be like Clarissa. I gotta ask the question in the chat. Y'all want y'all little girls growing up to be like Clarissa? Do you look at Clarissa as a role model? Huh? Do you? That's y'all problem, and we're gonna talk about it right now. Let's talk about role models. I think this is a good segue, good transition into role models. Okay? I can admire somebody for their work and for their work ethic and what they do, whether it's bad or good. I can always see the good in everything. But my daughter growing up for Clarissa, to look up to Clarissa, no, my daughter's going to grow up looking up to herself and her relationship with God. And he's going to show her herself so she can always outdo herself and never strive to be looking at a Clarissa. And then Clarissa's whole brand is entangled with a married man. Clarissa had a lot going for her, but she just didn't have enough attention. So she needed attention, and she would take attention from any which way it came, even if it meant from a married man and being his rebound bitch. Let's talk about attention. I feel like we're here today because we as a people, you know where we as a people lose as a culture? Mm-hmm. And you know, this is my clapback because there was a person. This is my official. I ain't gonna call it a clapback. This is my official statement. I don't care what y'all could do with it. What doctor, the fake Dr. Cheyenne Bryant say? She said, I don't care what you do with it. Put it in the microwave, heat that shit up, run that shit. I said, no, she didn't. She wrote that. She wrote that. But no, I got a question the other day from a gentleman that entered my TikTok live, and he said, Tasha, what do you think about the FBA movement? I said, oh, you're trying to get me in trouble. He said, no, I just want to know what you think about it. I said, you know I can't speak on that. He goes, well, why not? I said, because my kids are African. My children are African. My grandfather is Bahamian. Why would I speak on the foundational Black American movement? That's not even my platform. But see, we have in our community, we have these groups, these subgroups, these leaders that just ordain themselves. And they come out here and they spew what y'all call knowledge to empower Black people and foundational Black Americans to help aid us into being a better version of knowing ourselves, knowing that we're Hebrew. Even though your lineage could come from South Africa or Liberia, or hell, your lineage may come from Jamaica. It may come from Latin America. You don't damn know. But I feel like that's where we go wrong as a people, is always looking up to somebody and wanting to be like somebody else. And a lot of us don't get to know our best selves because there's a version of somebody else that we want to be. And so to the gentleman that asked me about that, and to the woman who said this, let me let you hear what she said, and then I'm gonna get into this young Pharoah stuff because this is a good segue into the young Pharoah topic real quick. Let me pull it up. You don't have the video, Jasmine. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Hold on for a second. I'm gonna pull it up. Because I just couldn't believe the audacity. And I said, you know what? At first, I wasn't going to cover these topics, but I said, no, I'm going to cover it. I'm going to cover it. I sure am. I have to. Because y'all got me fucked up out here. Oh, y'all do. Y'all think that 3 year in the 9th grade dig is something that I'm not proud of. I'm proud of because I educate myself is what I do. Hold on for a second. Hold on, y'all. I know she ain't take it down. Hold on. Give me a second, Jasmine. Go to commercial real quick. Go to commercial. We'll be right back, and I'll be ready for you. Let's go. Hold on. Stress of nursing shortages and maintain the highest standard of patient care. Judah Medcare LLC is a South Carolina state licensed employment agency providing premium professional health care and staffing solutions. They connect hospitals, clinics, and care facilities with highly qualified, dependable caregivers tailored to your unique shift needs, okay? Now visit Judah Medcare LLC or call 803-233-7554. That's 803-233-7554 to find your next staff solution.
Good loving body rocking, knocking boots all night long, baby. Said, give me some good love. Somebody rocking, knocking the boots. One more time, one more time. Said, give me some good love. Somebody rocking, knocking the boots. I love y'all.
Watch this full program and other exclusive content on www.TashaKLive.com.
All right, before the break, if you're just not getting here, thank you, welcome. Please like, share, and subscribe. We were talking about Megan Thee Stallion and her having to go to court, but instead she's going to drop ass pictures, you know, to try to, I guess, distract us. We were definitely talking about, who else, Jasmine, were we talking about? Because, oh, yeah, Michael B.Jordan, Latto, all of that, okay? So you'll just have to wait till the replay to watch the show. Now, real quick, because I got something on my mind, my skin I'm kind of boiling inside a little bit because I was asked about what I thought about, I guess, foundational Black Americans and their movement. And I know that there's a subgroup of this, and I do know my name gets brought up a lot, you know, when it comes to this. What does Tasha stand for? Who does she look up to? Who is her God? Is what I get. Okay. And so when Charleston White had brought up that a lot of our little girls should look up to a Clarissa and want to be a Clarissa, you know, I have to respectfully disagree because that's why a lot of our young girls are lost now because they don't know themselves and too busy trying to follow everyone else. And so when I was on TikTok Live the other day, and I was asked about FBA and what I thought about it, and I said, you know, I can't talk about that because that would be me talking against my own kids, me talking against my grandfather, my family. But here's the response, because they were trying to set me up. But here's their response to me not answering the question. And then I'm a respond to this, okay? So here we go. Trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning.
Now, I wondered this for myself.
Hold on. Damn it. Why does she have Erykah Badu in the background? Okay. I ain't gonna play it. So here's the thing. They called my husband an African booty scratcher. They said that I cannot speak on the foundational Black American movement because I'm married to a booty scratcher. Which they're entitled to their opinion. That's fine. That's totally fine. But here's what I think about the FBA movement and any other movement that has to do with young Pharoah, Brother Polite, Dr. Umar Johnson, all of these movements that y'all look up to, all these men, okay, that I guess guide you to help elevate your consciousness in these movies. Even Tariq Nasheed, ain't his wife like half white or something? Ain't Tariq Nasheed wife like half white? But here's what I would say about the FBA movement. It's no different than the KKK. Meant to divide, meant to separate you, to isolate you, to have you looking at other races that look like you and hating them for no reason. That is the same foundation and principles that the Ku Klux Klan build themselves on, which is protecting their whiteness, their pureness, not knowing that they are not pure. It's a lie. And I don't get involved in these types of conversations because it's ridiculous. It is very unintelligent to talk about, to even speak on, that I would deny my own children, my own grandfather, my own mother, just to protect what? A movement? Y'all don't put food on my plate? Y'all don't pay none of my bills? Y'all sitting in living rooms with bonnets on, causing division because you angry, trying to be accepted, no different than a gang on gang crime when you got them little boys in Chicago or any other city taking each other out over what? Just because you look different, you said something, now we got adults actually doing this, which leads me to young Pharoah, because a lot of people are shocked at his downfall. He elevated our consciousness, said that black women, he couldn't stand black women, even though he preached that the black woman was the God. I don't even know where he got that from. That's a whole nother conversation there. And I'm not about to preach and unwind that here today. That's not why I'm here. What I'm here about is the problem with our people, and why we don't get ahead is because we do not take self-responsibility for self. We're always looking at people like this that fall 2 steps short behind us and ride short buses to educate us, to make us feel wanted, FBA, and push others out for no reason at all. And then when they fall from grace, now all of a sudden the government got them. Look at young Pharoah on TikTok. He on TikTok live right now, but look at him. Y'all lost y'all
It's your
damn
boy,
mind.
Pharoah, Kid Lil Feet, the Holy Ghost, and this is serious, seriously. I'm out at Chipotle right now with them stingers on. Swag, brother. It is what it is. I'm in Detroit. What's up? I'm getting ready to go back to the crib, stream on Star Wars Battlefront 2. If you stream on Star Wars Battlefront 2, pop on, and pop off. Because that's what's about to happen. And with that being said, I see y'all there. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. It's the Holy Ghost. Bros.
Play me another video. Give me one more, Jasmine. This young Pharoah now. This is the one y'all dragged me over. This is, with the nails. This is the one y'all did. Remember when I interviewed young Pharoah? And I was trying to call him crazy for trying to blame whatever he went through on black women instead of looking in self. Y'all laughed at me. The clip went viral. Look at her. She's not conscious enough. He's above her. He's smarter than her. I saw right there and there that boy was crazy. Yeah, the same one that said he got abducted by aliens, that one. The government got him MK Ultra, anything so that you don't have to look within self to see that that is the reason why I'm in the situation I'm in today. Anything to not self-blame him for his own downfall. It's because y'all praised him so much. And then when he fell from grace and y'all didn't see him fall, y'all couldn't pick him up. And so now he confused about whether or not he hates black women or if black woman's a God. So guess what? I am going to dip into a little bit of that femininity to see what's so special about being a woman, of everything that he preached about and against. Whole time he wanted to emulate. Didn't know himself, but y'all put him up on a pedestal, looked up to him, told your children to follow him, donated millions of dollars to him for him to go get his nails down there with Lee.
My reward, you know where my reward was for everything I did? Just got out of a psych ward last week. Yeah. That's my reward for everything I did all of these years. Yeah. Obviously, I bust their ass, and I filed my complaint. It'll be public record in a second. It's all in the mail. You know what they did to say thank you very much for my work? Put me in a psych ward. Why? Because the judge didn't believe that I was who I said I was. She didn't believe that I was young Pharoah. And she didn't believe that I accomplished everything I said I accomplished. So she put me in this. So she ordered me a psych ward a 730 exam. So, like I said, it's...
Same exact bullshit that they did with Dr. CB.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They tried to do me how they did say me. But like I said, listen to me. As long as I get my money, I'm gone. I don't care. I'm gone. Get the fuck out of my face. I'm gone.
Listen, I know Pharoah, and that was his whole mission, was money. The money y'all sent him to sue YouTube, he bought a custom car. It was a Corvette and had it painted his colors. He went and got gold sealed in his mouth. Bought the finest of the finest jewelry. He didn't sue YouTube. He didn't sue the government. Told y'all he was going to do it, and he didn't. Everything was about money. Everything was about ministering to y'all, lying to y'all, getting y'all to open y'all pockets, getting y'all to follow him. And so just like his movement has fallen, so did Brother Polite. Y'all was shocked when I put out that Brother Polite had been accused of messing with children, until his girlfriend had enough courage to not listen to him, because, you know, he's a narcissist, he's a manipulator. Whenever he took her daughter out, drugged her, raped her, and then tried to tell her don't take the daughter to the hospital. But this is who y'all looked up to. This is the one that y'all said, oh my God, he's gonna elevate our consciousness. Tasha, you are the problem. You don't like black people. No, I don't like liars. And I listen to any and everybody, as long as it's a truth that I can resonate with and apply it to my life so that I can elevate myself for self. Not meaning I am depending on them to be my only source of education. And when they do fall from grace, I have to serve 15 years in prison for messing with a child. I don't feel like, oh my God, I failed too, because I developed a parasocial relationship to the point where I thought that I was them. The same thing that I had a barber do at one time. I told y'all this. He was cutting my hair and told me, he was like, yeah, I'm just like Jay-Z. I said, why you say that? Because we got the same birthday. And so he's a billionaire. He's intellectual. So am I. I said, sir, I'm not saying that you not intellectual, but you definitely not a billionaire. And you definitely are not Jay-Z. But these are the type of relationships that we form with these movements, with these people that we idolize. Dr. Umar Johnson is just the last to fall. He ain't failed yet, and I'm not even looking for him to fall. I just know where he stayed. I know his mama laying on bed sores right now. I know he got random women that he meet in these cities that have kids that look up to him. Because he said he's going to save the children. Y'all crazy if y'all trust y'all child down there with Dr. Umar. You ever seen a child that he mentored and helped? School still ain't open, but y'all steady donate money down there for the FBA movement, for the empowerment of black people, not knowing you sending your children right into hell, and yourself too. And to the black women that are laying with him, sleeping with him while he's on the road. But he's so intelligent. He's so smart, so conscious. King consciousness. It's because y'all idolizing people instead of idolizing your relationship itself with God and looking at self. And so to young Pharoah, listen, I just want to pray for him. I don't even want to, this is not a laughing moment. I'm not shocked that he's down there at the nail shop getting nails on. His hatred for black women drove him right down there to the nail shop to see what it is. So why is it so cool being a woman? And that's why a lot of women, that's why a lot of men emulate women these days, is because they hate us so much and don't understand how we have the power to do what we do and still get up with grace and move. So they figure if they borrow from a little bit of that feminine energy, it's going to help them get through and see another day, because our strength, our resilience is unmatched. We're a different species. We die to give birth and still get up and still live, while they sit up and preach lies and hatred to y'all. And then would turn around and attack somebody like me who honors her husband. My husband could have been Chinese. If that man loved me, I would have honored him. And I don't give a damn what y'all got to say about it. Because I don't look to people or to these organizations or groups to lead me. I didn't even ask for this platform. I just put myself here because I'm just like that. That's why I don't call y'all followers. Followers ain't up over here. No. People who openly think for themselves and can take the information that's good, the information that doesn't apply to them. They go about their business. But this is why I examine their lives, because y'all see yourselves too much in them, not knowing that they struggle with the same shit you struggle with. Confusion. Men are men, women are women. Just like that. Now, I'm going to let y'all come in here for a little while. How long we got, Jasmine? 20 minutes? I'm going to open up the phone lines. Be respectful. Guys, please, okay, as we open up these phone lines real quick, I think we're going to take one more break and give them time to get up in here, okay? I believe Peaches and the moderators are dropping the link. I want to know. I want to know how you feel about this. Are you shocked? Are you surprised that young Pharoah is now confused about whether or not he's a male or female? How could a person that y'all emulated, that y'all donated to, I know a lot of y'all want your money back, but down there, Lee Wynn at the nail shop got it. Maybe the aliens took it. I don't want to hear no MK Ultra. Anything you can to blame somebody else for somebody else's mistake, projection, instead of you looking within and seeing what went wrong. And the problem is, he thought he knew too much. He thought he was above the above. And I meant it just like that. We'll be back after the break. If we ain't got nobody that calls in, we're heading over to TashaKLive.com, okay? We got some stuff to unwind regarding Beyonce. Y'all queen, right? Yeah, she is celebrating a man that loves and honors Hitler, and we'll be doing it with black dollars, okay? Come 2027, she's been appointed by Anna Wintour to do that, all right? After the break, I'm going to be taking some calls from y'all. We got some sponsors we need to brag about, which means boldly raise a glass to. Let's go.
An announcement. Jar Jams has 20 flavors now.
20 flavors, yeah!
That's right, 20 flavors for you to savor.
Welcome to Jar Jams, home of the signature sweet potato-based flavor-induced pies, from wedding cake and banana split to caramel apple swirl, peppermint patty, and 15
it's 20 flavors now.
And 20 incredible flavors.
20 flavors and counting.
Jar Jams, taste the love in every bite.
Good loving, body rocking, knocking boots all night long, baby. Said, give me some good love. Somebody rocking, knocking the boots. One more time. Said, give me some good love. Somebody rocking, knocking the boots. I love y'all.
Watch this full program and other exclusive content on www.TashaKLive.com.
All right, while we're waiting on some winos to get in here to give their thoughts on young Pharoah's fall from grace, even though I've watched him fall, I've checked on him, okay? We're not here to push him, to, keep him down when he's down, but, I really want to know y'all thoughts on this. Are you shocked? Are you not shocked? What's going on? Why are you so heartbroken about it? Okay. Now, before we let some callers up in here, we're gonna shout out a black author, okay, by the name of Jolita Sr. Okay, The 11th Hour is the name of the book. It's a powerful testimony of grief, faith, grace. Hold on for a second. Sorry, I can't do two things at once. They were telling me to cut off the AC. Okay, now let me give her just due. She's a black author. The 11th Hour is a powerful testimony of grief, grace, faith, and an unbreakable bond between the mother and daughter. Jolita honors her mama's legacy while reminding us that even in our darkest seasons, God is never late, not even at the 11th hour, okay? The 11th hour, when her time ended, her testimony began, okay? Visit itstashak.com/book club, all right? Show some love to these black authors, all right? Helping to elevate our consciousness. All right, so who's first? Keita? Hey, Keita, how you doing? Where you calling from?
Hey, Tasha again. I'm calling from Atlanta. Last time I spoke to you, I was trying to shoot my shot, and I was screaming into the phone, and I didn't realize it was all loud, and people's ears was busting out.
Okay, that's okay. Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
No problem. What do you want to get a comment on?
I think that young Pharoah young man, I believe that there's just such a lack of femininity in the world. I can't say exactly where it started, but I know it started, around the 80s, the times that women were like, we can do it ourselves, we can raise ourselves, we don't need that masculine energy. We became the masculine energy. And then we gave birth to our son, like young
Mm.
Pharoah. So with that lack of I can speak for myself. I raised a son. He is gay, so I know that's a little different, but I did raise him. I did see it in his eyes. I knew it was him, but I always tried to make sure I tried to basically teach him, if you don't want people to know this side of you, act like this, because I was so used to performing. So I think the young man, first of all these young men need a hug. They need a hug from a grandmama with a great big bosom.
You think that there's a lack of femininity, and that's why the men are turning gay, and that's why young Pharaoh is wearing nails, is
I
what you're
don't want to say
saying?
why they're turning gay, but I definitely think it's why they're tapping into that femininity like that. Like, because we're desperate for it. And NDRE even talked about it way back in the early 2000s. Everybody's searching for that femininity. But, when there's a man, it has to be a woman, but somewhere we just got thrown off.
So you think something spiritual is going on?
For sure. For sure.
So isn't that projection again?
I'm sorry?
Isn't that like you projecting, saying that there's something going on spiritually that's causing, men like young Pharaoh or your son to be gay? Why could it not be something personal to them?
I think it's a combination. I see, because we can't get to our person without getting through our spirit first. So I think it's a combination, to be honest.
Why would you try to blame it Black women for, I guess, the rise in feminine men?
No, I think it's just the byproduct of us not having those men and us being so independent. I'm so strong, I can do this. Because one thing I can tell you about some of the moms that I know that we raised kids by ourselves, a lot of times those boys didn't see any men around. All they saw was women, and we were protecting them, so we never really gave them a chance to protect. I can't speak for everybody, just the ones that was around me, and I'm speaking from a teenage mother. I had a child as a teenager too, so stop still trying to come into who I am, and still at the same time I gotta create a better space and a better place for you. Tasha, I know your son love you, but there's a bunch of mothers out here that our sons do not love us. They don't. They don't forgive us.
Your son doesn't love you?
I don't want to seem like I'm projecting, but he definitely got his feelings toward me, and he put his hands on me. And everything I did for him, and
That
I
happened
raised
to
him.
you? So your son put his hands on you. And not that it's an excuse, but what led up to him putting his hands on you?
He was drinking. He had got into it with his little boyfriend or whatever, and he and I we've always been toxic. When we were speaking to each other, we were toxic, but he didn't like some words. We were, I said, I didn't know he was drinking, and I think it got to a
Saying
boiling
mean
point.
and hateful things to your son, hoping that you would wake him up or stop him from being gay?
Never, because I'm gay. That's why I was trying to teach him. If you don't want people to know you gay, follow these guidelines and do it. But no, he wanted to be in the front gossiping with all the little girls, and because I didn't know, I just came out the closet. I was just trying to live my life.
Oh, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me, so you were a closeted lesbian, you raised a little boy, now he's gay, and now he doesn't accept himself. And let me guess, he don't accept himself because mama never accepted herself.
Oh no, he didn't accept himself. No, no, no. The only
Yes,
person,
he
the
did.
only no, the only person that was a shock when he came out the closet was him. We always loved him and always knew that's who he was. I seen it in
Show
his
him that
eyes.
you loved him, because if he's putting hands on you, obviously he lost respect for you a long time ago.
Yeah, for sure. And he watched his daddy. You know, he watched his daddy. His daddy put hands on me, but his daddy put hands on his wife. And the things that he's seen. Plus, I've tried to get him help so he can talk about the things that's inside and talk about, how he grew up and talk about his trauma. But he never wanted to do it. He never wanted to do it. So, oh no, I let my
Y'all
I
are
let my
used to,
son be
like,
free.
maybe because y'all are not used to being honest and upfront about who you are. Why would he feel comfortable going to talk to somebody if he couldn't even talk to you when he was coming up? And you said you just came out.
Okay, I think I must have misspoke, and I think we got a misunderstanding because
Jasmine, am I off? I'm listening
no,
to
he's
you.
never had an issue with coming out with me. Like I'm the one of the coolest parents. Like all his little friends be like, "Oh my God, I wish you."
How are you the coolest parent and he put hands on you?
I think that was more of a reflection of our toxic relationship.
Why do you have here's the issue that I have. You're the mother. You raise
Mm-hmm.
him. You can't
Mm-hmm.
even tell me why your son don't like you.
I never said I couldn't tell you why. I never said that. You asked me. You said my son don't. It does he not love me? Now, love and like are two different things. So we do.
If your son has to talk to you the way that you're talking to me and you're making me sound like I'm crazy, I can't imagine what your son thinks talking to you. And
Okay.
I mean that from the most respectful space, one
Okay.
black woman to another, because you have literally, every time I've asked a question, you have said no, and I'm asking you a question based off of what you said. And so you're
Okay.
turning it around on me and saying that, no, this is not it, that's not it, but that's not it. But you led in here and said, you think the reason why men are turning into women is because we lack feminine energy. There's not enough feminine energy. But you're forgetting that it takes two to have a kid. And then you say, oh, well, my son hit me because he saw his daddy hit me. No, sons instantly want to protect. My son is 4 or 5 years old. I've never taught him to fight, never did anything like that. But if he sees his dad like and us rough playing, he automatically goes into protection mode. Men know how to protect. That's what they
Yeah.
do. And I had to tell him, hey, me and dad just playing. So the mere fact that your son has now deemed you the enemy and puts his hand on you, and he's not accepting of his, gayness. You said, oh, he needs to be free. He needs to come out. He shouldn't have told his business. Like you're very confusing. And I could tell that you are confusing, because if you're just now coming out as an adult, that means you've led a very confused lifestyle.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I do. I come from a place of trauma, but I think
I want to pray for that. I want to pray for your son. I don't think he's
I
the
pray for him
problem.
all the time. Please.
I think he's a byproduct of being raised in a confused environment, and a
Okay, I will
mom
admit to that.
who is showing very, very mild form, just a little bit of narcissism, just a little bit. And I say that with everything. I say that in the most respectful way. I promise you.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna move on because you're not gonna be honest and straightforward. So I gotta move on. You want to
I don't.
project and
What am I
blame.
not being honest and straightforward
Hey,
about,
you're not.
though?
Listen, I want you to watch this back. I want you to watch it back. I do. I
Okay.
want you to watch it back. Okay.
Well, one
Maybe
thing
you were
I'm
nervous.
grateful.
Maybe you were nervous. I don't know.
Maybe, but
Okay.
I do appreciate you putting your black authors on. I wish I could afford to, because I'm a black author and I do have a book. It's called Concrete Road. So hey, that's all I can do.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I need a drink too. I'm like, am I crazy? Did she just say? All right, who's next? King Lexus. How you doing? Where you calling from, King Lexus?
Tasha, I am.
Boo.
Hey, I have a YouTube channel. It's Becoming King Lexus, but I'm calling from Georgia, and I know what you're thinking.
Question. I mean, what's your comment? What's your comment?
My comment about Young Pharoah is Young Pharoah, Nature Boy, what's the other one that you were just talking about? The Dr.
Umar Johnson.
Dr. Umar Johnson. All of the things, like, I'm not surprised at all because they all had something in common with Nature Boy, which, you know, Nature Boy, I know you interviewed Carbon Nation. And it's like when they have these like cult-like situations, I always find there is something really weird about them. And Young Pharoah, it seemed to me he was exposing Nature Boy. And to me, I thought that he was one of the good ones. But then as I continued to watch him and I saw what happened with Golden Beauty, I was done. I was like, okay, they all crazy because what was going on with Pharoah and Golden Beauty, and then you had that the other person who you exposed. What was his name? The one who with the little girl, he told her not to take the girl to the hospital. They all seemed like they were about money. They all seemed like they were just trying to get money and donations. That's all it seemed like to me, is that it was just like they were all following the footsteps of Dr. York. And Young Pharoah made a lot of money on YouTube. He made a lot of money in donations. I saw that car that you were talking about. I saw him like losing his mind, having parties at his house. So I'm not surprised with everything that's going on with Young Pharoah. And I think it's real weird that they all got a tattoo on their face, like at around the same time.
Okay. Well, listen, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you calling in. I ain't even got nothing to say.
Can I say justice for Karan Makai Khan? That's Ronnie Doe. I just want to say justice for Ronnie.
Oh, okay, Ronnie Doe. Okay.
Yeah.
No problem. All right. He gonna get it. I talked to the feds. All right, who's next? Black Rant, where you calling from?
Oh,
Black Rant. Hey, where you calling from?
South Carolina.
All right, shout out to South Carolina. What do you want to get comment on?
I saw Young Pharoah years back, and I was, you know, some of the things he was saying was all right. But as soon as I see a lot of these dudes start talking about aliens and reptilians, and I'm not saying that doesn't exist, but brother,
they on that Scientology shit, huh?
Right. They came and saw you. That's what you're saying. They talked to you. I have a story about Polite as well, because I almost got caught up in that.
Make it short. Make it short.
Okay, so he stole money from me. He stole money
Brother
from
Polite?
a bunch. Yes, sir. Yeah,
he stole money for a lot of people. He was selling you credit repair services or something. Was it credit repair? It was credit repair.
No, not like that. I didn't have no credit problems, but I was trying to buy some property, and it was.
I should have known it was in that area. Okay, and what happened?
Yes. Anyway, so years later, because I was calling him and all that, I caught up with his behind in Las Vegas, because I was in Las Vegas for a company thing.
And he was down there spending your money.
I saw this guy at the casino, and I said, "Hey, what's up, brother Polite? You recognize me?" And his eyes bugged out of his head. He was scared out of his mind. I said, "Yo, I remember I gave you like $4,000 and you just took off with it. What happened?"
And went to the Gucci store.
And he was there with some girl, some woman, and I didn't
buy
recognize her.
all the non-black products that are not making black people rich. The same stuff he preached to y'all about.
Yes.
Y'all gonna get enough for doing that shit.
Well, listen. I caught on to the fact that he was, pretty quick, and thank God I used a credit card, so I got my money back. But I confronted him, and he took off like a bandit. He was gone. Like, he thought, and I'm not a big guy. I'm not super intimidating. He was terrified. He thought I was gonna come back and spin the block on him. Anyway, it was very interesting. So I wasn't surprised years later when I saw this dude getting arrested. When I saw him hooking up with Diddy, I was like, oh yeah, he definitely one of them. So it's just weird. And then you had the lady on before the last guest. I want to say this, Young Pharoah, we have the problems that we have in our community basically have stemmed from this push to over sexualize us, and then to pervert our sexualization, our sensuality, to the point where we don't know who we are or what we're doing. We're totally confused. If you look at the early 2000s or the 90s, hyper masculine sexualization of women, to the point where women became the prize. All of a sudden, you pull back the economy, men don't have no money. The incentivized man wants to be a woman. That's why you're seeing all this, no problem with trans, but you see all these people trying to be trans because they're incentivized to want to be women. And just like you said a few moments earlier, Tasha, women have the strength. Women have a lot of appealing things. But when men don't have guidance on how to be men, and then they're incentivized by being hypersexualized and thinking that the way to make more money, to get attention, to get praise and glory is to become a woman, that's what you're seeing right now. It's an epidemic of a loss of identity.
And you know what? I can't even really argue with you on that, because it's no different than, getting a part in a role. I mean, getting a role in a movie. So it's becoming a character. And if you can get paid to do it, why not do it? And they are incentivized by doing it. They have government set-asides, they get booked more, they become famous a lot quicker. And a lot of men do not mind, especially if they are not, educated, or just, if they don't have a clue as to who they are. They're trying to be in such a hard world to be in. Yeah, I could definitely see that. So thank you.
Yeah, I'd say it all the time, man. I got my
Young
Instagram.
Pharoah was not drugged. He drugged himself. Y'all stop, bro. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Who's next? My Young Pharoah was drugged. Jason, how you doing, Jason? Where you calling from?
I'm originally from New York City, Brooklyn, and I'm calling out of
Shout out to New
Philadelphia.
York City, Brooklyn. What's your comment?
Oh no, I was gonna say, like, the brother hit it on the nail, the brother before me. But I mean, the internet has become the new black church. They just get more money than the black church because it's international now. Anybody could spit a good game and they start donating. I mean, I don't understand how they give all this money to these suckers. But hey, I can't get mad at the content creators or the social media influencers. Their audience is willing to give them the money for a good game. So that's all I got to say. Later, Tasha K. Love you, sis.
Love you too. You got a point. So I ain't gonna argue with you. What's going on? Is it Devon? How you doing, Mr. Devon? Shout out to Salt and Pepper Gang.
No, this is the Silver Fox Gang.
I can't hear you. You too low.
All right. Let me turn my volume up.
Turn your mic up.
Okay. Is that too much?
That's actually pretty good. Now, what were you gonna say?
I said I'm something like a silver fox.
Okay, Silver Fox. All right then. All right.
Yeah.
I'm good. Where you calling from?
I'm actually calling from Philly too. I was listening to the brother right there. Listen, let me cover everything I've been listening to. Real quick, and I know you're busy. First of all, that sister that was promoting her book, you need to be writing a book about how my child grew up to whip my butt. That would be the book. We all need to know.
You only came on here to promote a book.
Yeah, we need to know how that happened, sis. Before you talk about anybody, you got work to do. My personal belief, I've been following young Pharoah off and on over the years. I think money corrupts. And when you get money and you're not prepared for it, you lose your mind. And I think basically, the addiction to always be spontaneous and something that people can talk about will drive you out of your mind. That's just me. But I think the real problem is that we lost mother, father, and child. That's the dynamic. That is what we fought for in slavery, period, to keep the family unit together. Now, whether we want to blame it on society or religion or this or that, we're going to continue to lose as long as we have dysfunctional families. A lot of people talk about generational curses. Well, the generational curse is PTSD. You pass it on from one generation to the next, and they think it's normal. It's not normal for a woman to raise a child alone, and it's not normal for a brother to have more children than he can feed. We got responsibility to ourselves. And let me just disagree with you a little bit. I think knowing our history is important. Our history is so important when it comes to foundational African Americans or Hebrews or whatever you want to go.
I never said that it wasn't important, but for them to discriminate against me because I'm married to an African, that's crazy. That's divisive.
That is crazy.
And that's racist. Knowing that slaves are derivatives from Latin countries, from African countries. And so the mere fact that they're trying to isolate and build a movement that's similar to KKK, no, I don't agree with that.
No, I agree if that's what they're doing. Let me say to everybody out there, look at your history. What Tasha is saying is true. We're all Africans. You might have got off the boat in Puerto Rico. You African. You might have got off in Jamaica. You're African. So the divide is unreal. You just held on to different cultural things. That's all it is. So when I look at it, I say we need to stop it. To be quite honest with you, I don't even like calling myself African. You want me to tell you why? Because we go way back before they named the continent Africa. We deeper than that. Can you dig it? So Africa is really a conqueror of the continent. Our history goes way before that. You dig? So
well, thank you so much, Mr. Silver Fox. They want to know if you catch your cologne in your hand and throw it on you.
Oh, you know what?
They say, do you spray your cologne, catch it in your hand and throw it on?
No, we just give a little squirt in the beard.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just a little something on the head. You know what I mean? Just a little something. It depends on what the day is. You know, but if you want to know what cologne I wear Kenzo.
Okay, we're not giving them no shout out today unless they black owned.
Well, get your husband about it. Get your husband about it.
Okay.
That's nice. You're gonna like that. Thank you, Miss Tasha.
Thank you. I appreciate you. All right, last one. Who? Who's that? You used to wear Kenzo? My husband said he used to wear that cologne a long time ago. So why you stop wearing it? You were 16 wearing an old man's cologne? Check. All right. Who's this? More Threads. How you doing, More Threads?
Hello. Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you caught me when I was in traffic, but I'm going to make this very quick. I am very disappointed in you. I've been watching you for years. In fact, and I'm going to go ahead and say this, you're the reason why I actually expanded my brand and have a business. It wouldn't be the type of business.
I'm glad that I could plant a seed like that.
Yes,
so,
but
I always. What are you disappointed in me about? What opinion?
I can't defend you now. I always defend you when it comes to them trans women because they ain't gonna come for you.
What is your?
Okay.
Because right now you're not even asking.
FBA movement.
Did I say first of all? First of all, it was the FBA movement that asked me a question.
Well, it couldn't have been if FBA is 50 million people, honey. You there's no way.
Okay. Listen, the FBA is 50 million people, right? And Trump still got in office.
Yes.
So the laws. Listen, we can argue about this all day, and that's why I don't believe in organizations and movements and stuff like that. Because I found a lot of people that they put their I don't know, their trust into an organization instead of looking at what's best for you. You came on here and you said, Tasha, you've helped me do this and helped me do that and helped me do this. But the moment I express to you how I'm viewing an organization, because I feel that a lot of us are being left behind because we're putting too much into an organization instead of ourselves, that's a problem. I indirectly helped you to get to where you are. But as soon as I express to you about how an organization treated me and how I see it, I have African children. I have an African husband. Now you're disappointed with me, even though you knew that I was married to an African, but yet you want me to talk down on that part.
When did I say that I want you to talk down?
I'm saying you're coming in here saying that you're upset
well,
about
I
views
should
on
say
the
I'm
FBA movement
disappointed. No,
that's
no, no,
50
no.
million
I
strong.
should say I'm disappointed in the opinion. I think you don't understand it. I didn't come on here telling you to talk down to your husband. I would never do that at all anyway, because
Who said I didn't understand it?
No, I said, I don't think you understand it, because you're saying, well, you want me to talk down. And that's not true. I don't want you to talk down about that. I actually follow you as well as your husband on social media and have been for years. I do have Africans that are married into my family.
I
So,
do
yeah.
have Africans. That's like saying I have white people that are friends.
Well,
Listen to me.
yeah.
Listen. What I'm saying, and look, you have every right to be upset with me about my
No,
opinion.
I'm not upset with you. I think you just don't understand it, and maybe you take
I think I
offense.
do understand it. I think I read and I have taken my opinion based off of the information that I see and the divisiveness that I'm seeing that it's causing, because the mere fact I got FBA members calling my family booty scratchers.
They also, and some of them, and I'm gonna just say this loosely, my family's listening too, because we all listen into you. But they also, my thing is, it's not a movement, it's a lineage. I will say that, and you don't have to agree with that. I definitely wanted to come on and say that. And as far as your husband or first of all, as far as your children, anything like that, I don't think you understand it. And I say that because nope, I don't see myself ever being disrespectful to you or to your husband, even the people in my family. But it's 50 million people. It's a lineage. It's not a movement. It's not an organization. Umar, and I also want to note this, Umar is not FBA. And the same way, I will say
Oh
there are
yeah, you're
some
right. He's Pan-African. I forgot. Y'all don't believe in that either.
Well, first, you don't know what I believe in, because
I'm just
everybody.
saying, if you're FBA,
No, we don't. We
that's
all, but
correct.
we all don't have. We all no. You can be FBA, still appreciate Africans. I think the thing is, and I'm just being honest, a lot of people have put up with. No, because you're upset that you think that I'm attacking you or whatever. And no, but I will say this: it's not divisive. You just haven't met all of us. Now, what I won't do, I appreciate everybody, but what you're not going to do, and that's as far as African, they have pejorative terms for us as a group. We have been known as an Akata, a Jank, a Yankee, all these things. And that has been over the years, even in the 60s, 70s, and before that. A person who ran across that border today and anchored themselves here by the 14th Amendment that was meant for the babies of slaves is not the same. That is a melanated immigrant. Everybody originated from Africa. Let's understand that, everybody, including white people. But if it's divisive for some FBA to label their lineage, then it's just as divisive when nobody says anything about, oh, they're Bahamian American or they're Caribbean American. It's not the same thing. There is a difference. We all were enslaved, but there is a difference from us and a boat stop. And that's only offensive because we're telling the truth. For years, a lot of these people, not all, because I don't classify all, even though you're sitting here classifying all FBA as the same. No, ma'am. All of us are not. But what they're not going to do is sit up here and disrespect us. And I hear you saying that some FBA can be disrespectful to Africans. I will admit that. But I haven't heard you once say, because you labeling all of us, that some of them call us a Jareer and a Kata, cotton picker, all these things. Let's be clear. Your boat stop, we all have a boat stop. That's damn true. That's very true. But you left your boat stop to come to this boat stop. We had an ethnogenesis. We are different. If it's not wrong for someone to label themselves as Caribbean American and they left their boat stop or their parents came here and anchored them here with that 14th Amendment, it's not divisive. Now, I get it. Those people who you talk to, they offended you and they wanted, I guess you to call him a African booty scratcher. Have I heard that term? Absolutely. I ain't never been one to lie. But what I won't do is sit here and deny the fact that many of these people have sat their behind up here. Not all, because I can't do all, because I know some cool ass Africans. And I've had this tough conversation with family. I've had this tough conversation even with friends, but that's what makes us different. But at the end of the day, I haven't heard you say nothing about how some of them call us an akata. That's a Nigerian word. It has many different meanings, but that some of them, not all, use it as a pejorative term against Black Americans. Now, FBA has nothing to do with a movement. It is a lineage. It is people who pretty much have been here either before the 1865 Freedmen Rolls, or your family can be identified on the Freedmen Rolls. That's all it is. Now, do some people use it in a bad way? Absolutely. 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 But no, it's not divisive. If it's divisive for us, then it's damn sure divisive for Caribbeans to come here and have their flag. It's why do we have to be a monolith if everybody else gets to identify with everything else? And I think that's the part that you're not understanding. They come here, some of them come here with an attitude. Clearly, your husband don't have that type of attitude because he married you who happened to be a Black American or a Florida Maroon. Now, I'm not here to tell you what to identify as, but by historic terms, and I'm a historian, you would be classified as a Maroon and you should be proud of that. That's not divisive. That just shows that you beat the white people's ass that came down there coming for your people. That's where you originated from. It's part of it. I don't know the whole thing. But some of them do not like us. And I think it's wrong for you to sit here and label all of us the same just because some idiots or some jackasses came to you and wanted you to call somebody African booty scratcher. When I sat here and I've been very respectful and I've said some of them, I would never label all of them as the same. They are our distant cousins. It's true. They are. They are very much. But some of them don't like us.
I'm giving you, you've made a very, very strong point. And so you and I can agree on something. So there's a movement going on, whether it's an organization, and you guys have a lot of teachers. And from what I've seen with this foundational Black American movement, it's been very discriminatory towards me from the beginning. And you can't say, hold on, let me, because I let you speak.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
And you made a strong point. I don't hear women like you speaking about it because it is labeled as another organization, not a lineage. It hasn't been taught to me like that. I don't even look at it because I've already labeled it. It is something to divide us.
That's why I wanted to be, and that's why I wanted.
I'm just saying.
That's why I wanted to call in. Yeah.
Because this is not something that's taught in schools or universities.
But they teach our history. Ain't a thing in this country. No. Ain't a thing in this country that has not been impacted by Black Americans. And I'm sorry, Tasha, I love you to death. But a melanated person who came across that border on a 14th Amendment or who choose to come here, they're not the same as us. And let me be clear, not everybody who is a FBA actually was enslaved. Some of them were free. So I think it's very important for us to learn our history and understand that. And I think you feel attacked by the idiots that did what they did or said what they said to you. But I refuse to sit here. And my issue with some of them is they don't admit what their people do. If you go back into the 90s, the movie Sugar Hill, it'll show you where some of them have literally told themselves, or they're taught, and I have family who have said this, who married in, they are taught to be against Black Americans. They are taught these pejorative terms. So no, I don't want you to call your husband anything because I think he's a very nice person. I love the business that y'all built, and your kids, let's be clear, if you are FBA, I don't tell people what to identify. That's another thing I think where we go wrong. We're telling people that they're American Indian or they're whatever. You are whatever you identify with, and I identify with FBA, and that is a lineage. So you're looking at the people who you don't like, I guess, that's around it, and that's fine. I respect that. You don't have to like all of them. I don't like all of them.
And here's the thing. Yeah. I'm not saying that I don't even like the people. I just don't like the organization.
There's
an organization online that's representing FBA, and this is the shit that they're spewing, not what you've just preached, but the shit and the hatred that they're spewing. Of course, I'm gonna feel some type of way towards that organization because I do believe that people should be allowed allowed to, be who they want to be, express how they want to be expressed, whether we agree with it or not. Do I believe in the trans movement? Absolutely not. Do I believe in respect of individuality? Absolutely. But I'm not going to sit here and show any type of regard towards an organization that's been discriminatory towards me and my children. So why would I embrace it?
Yeah.
Tell
But
me.
you also should understand that they have been, some of them, not, I would never say all, some of these Africans are discriminatory toward us. When you get,
well, listen, and when
when you get a chance,
when that's done, I correct that too. I wouldn't be
and
with
yeah,
this
and see,
African man.
that's
If that's what I'm saying. So like, I deal with things on like if it's an isolated situation, yes. But I'm talking about videos that are being made. I'm even talking about some of the comments right now that I'm reading.
I
that
will be
your
honest,
organization drop her. She's not for us. Is it us or is it a lineage? Because see, the way it's being educated is that it's a group of people that just want to protect the foundational Black America and the rights and everything that we're owed. That's how it's being put out there. But the way that you explained it, I don't think it's being taught this. I don't think it's ever been taught this way.
Well,
and I'm
that's
seeing
the thing.
more hate than I'm seeing actual education on the topic.
What my thing is, I haven't heard you say anything about what they do as well. I didn't.
You mean
I
Africans?
think said no. It's both. You didn't say anything about them.
We talk about Jews. We
Oh
talk about everybody.
you do
on
that.
TashaK.com?
Yes, you do that. But as far as them calling us an Akata, no. I think I'm gonna just be
I've
honest
never
with
even
you.
heard that word, ma'am, until now.
Look it up.
I will look it up. I've never heard that word.
It is a word, and
but
I didn't learn. I didn't
does
learn about it
give,
until
and
I
here's
didn't
the
learn
thing.
about it.
Here's the thing. And see, you're judging Africans based off of that, like an Akata. It's like black on black crime. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're not white in America or anywhere, you're a problem. So I feel like all of us need to band together. I just don't agree with organizations like this. I'm sorry, and I get it. I can respectfully agree and disagree. You made some very, very strong points, but the way it's being taught, especially amplified, even I've been a victim of it. I'm like, no, this is not something that I'm proud to join. Just like I can't send my kids to church without me worried about if a pastor gonna take advantage of them. I don't believe in church, but I believe in God. I don't believe in an FBA organization, but I believe in Black people and foundational Black Americans. I do, but I'm just not finna get behind what y'all are, and not you, because the way you explain it is different. But a lot of what they're teaching.
Well, I didn't ask you to get behind it because I figured I'm gonna tell you now. I can figure you ain't gonna like it because your husband is African, and the issue, a lot of it is
agree. So you do agree it does discriminate against Africans.
No, I don't think it does. I'm gonna be honest with you, Tasha. And I had this conversation with my mother last week. My mother is
FBA. We're about to end. Give me a second, Shay. We're about to end.
Oh, okay, go ahead. You can go ahead. Listen to your husband, girl.
I want you to finish your point. No. Go ahead.
I think that I'm gonna just be real. I had this conversation with my mother last week. My mother is she's FBA lineage. It's not an organization. If it's an organization, then African American is an organization because African American has been trademarked 1,000 times. Now, I get it. Some people may not like Tariq Nasheed or Umar, all that. I'm not giving Umar shit. Let's be clear. I've never been a fan into Umar or the other guy you mentioned. But at the end of the day, it is a lineage. You keep saying it's an organization. It's not. And I respect the fact that you marry who you choose to. But I just don't like the fact that a lot of these people are allowed, or they have been allowed, to just be disrespectful. And then sometimes when we clap back, then we're wrong. I can't account for what somebody else did to you, and I do apologize, but I want you to understand this, and I'll leave it at that because I don't think I'm gonna get through to you as far as
Here's the thing. I'm open to education. So don't ever get it twisted like I'm not, okay? I wouldn't be this far if I wasn't. So I'm open to education, but the way you're describing it, and even what you saying that I wouldn't believe in it because of what it protects, that already to me is a problem.
And I respect that the same way I respect the fact that I just understand that certain people are just not gonna get it. It has nothing to do with it's just even my mother. My mother is FBA. Well, she considers herself American Indian because we are Walter Plecker. We're part of all that. That's another story. But regardless, it's
You
just
mean
not fair
Mexican?
that. Say it again.
Mexican?
No, 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 no. We're not Mexican. No, baby. We Geechee down in South Carolina.
Okay. I'm just saying, your mama said she was American Indian. We're gonna have a whole nother show on this, and I would love for you to be a part of the panel. We
No,
can talk
I'm
about
not
this
coming.
another day, because I'm gonna be
I ain't
honest with
fooling
you.
with y'all,
I'm
Tasha.
gonna be
I
honest
love
with
y'all
you.
to death.
Hold on for a second. I hated to mute you. I get you. My team is telling me we got to wrap up here because we got another
Okay.
show.
All right. Have a
Here's the
good day.
thing.
Thank you.
I
Take
love
care.
you, and we'll definitely be in contact. Okay. So all I'm saying here is that anything that aims to discriminate against anybody, okay, for being human and who they are, because we didn't ask to be here, none of us. And having life is and being birthed and being able to live a healthy life is precious. Not a lot of people are able to be birthed and physically use their bodies or their brains or ears. Anything that's divisive, I don't do. Guys, I'm Buddhist. My husband is Muslim. I don't discriminate against Muslims. I don't even discriminate against Christians. Who you are is who you are. But I'm not going to say, hey, I believe in this when it directly contradicts my lifestyle. And I think we should judge people based off of how they treat us. And for that woman to come in here and say that she's learned so much from me, but yet one opinion based off of my own experience and experiences, because I'm sure this is going to be the talk of TikTok, and I don't give a damn. I promise you. Unfollow. Do what you got to do. Y'all know how I am. We still going live. I'm just telling you what it is. It's divisive. That's why I don't block over here. That's why I don't, put y'all in timeout. I don't tell y'all how to think. You're free thinkers. You're free to think whatever you want to think. And just like how y'all think and believe in y'all FBA movement, I'm a believe in my open to love movement. I love any and everybody, especially if they treat me well. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just not with the cliques. That's just how I am. That's why I roll alone. All right, so, black power to y'all FBAs. I'm out. We're heading over to TashaKLive.com. If y'all want to know what's slimming down my face and slimming down my waist, it is appetite suppression, okay? So in order to channel me not over snacking, overeating, or anything like that, okay, I use a proprietary blend of mango extract along with some metabolic vitamins and minerals mixed together. I put it in my water and it helps me to suppress my appetite, which means I eat less. When you overeat, you gain weight. When you undereat, you burn fat, and you can burn fat without even exercising. That's why you get a lot of vegans, okay? Because meat has a lot of high calories. But if you reduce your meat intake and eat a lot of vegetables, you can't eat 3,000 calories worth of vegetables. It's just impossible. But you can with meat and sugar. But if you take that out, this will be essentially with you doing this, appetite suppression helping. If you don't have no control over your appetite and what you eat in because you're unconsciously eating, because maybe you're stress eating, I don't know. It may be hormonal, all right? You may need a little extra help. This is all plant-based, Activate, Pluviate drops, fasting drops. ShopTKDeals.com, use the coupon code TK10 to get 10% off your first order. Y'all gonna have to do better with convincing me about this FBA thing. I'm sorry. Now I gotta go. We're heading over to TashaKLive.com. Bye.